We're going to be moving on to the English handstand, starting with the placement of the hands on the beam. Victoria is going to climb up into a straddle L position on the beam. There's a couple different options for hand placement on a handstand. She has just her thumbs up. She's going to straddle L hold and walk down the beam, just learning to get comfortable in that hand position. And relax. And the other way, you can put the pointer finger up as well. Gives you a little more stability in the handstand. Good. Getting comfortable in that position, nice and tight. Good, and relax. And Holly's also going to demonstrate the same thing, starting in a straddle L position. Tight knees. Getting comfortable. Always bring the thumbs back together on this drill because that's the correct hand position for a handstand, and trying it with your fingers up. Good. You can do the walking, it's a little more advanced, or just the straddle L hold to learn how to put the hands on a handstand on the balance beam. Good job. Moving into the first phase of the handstand is the lever position. It can be a very difficult position for kids to understand, so we use a TheraBand. One end is hoop in a loop, and the other end is extended out. We wrap that around the back foot a couple of times to make sure it's secured on. Then extend that up the back of her body. So she extends it out so their arms are right by her ears. Already getting the nice line from her fingers down to her back foot. We're going to go first to the T position. As she levers down, the band helps pull the back foot up, creating a nice line from hand to foot still, and back up to finish. It's the more basic of the lever, and then taking it all the way down for a full lever to the beam. Again, keeping the line from the foot to the hand, and then pulling back up. This drill helps the gymnast understand the concept of the lever, while also getting enough strength so that when we take the band away, they can, again, do that nice lever position, holding the straight body all the way down to the beam. Heel comes up, and pulling back up, and down. Very nice. Moving into the second phase of the handstand is body alignment. We have a cheese mat set up right against the back of our low beam. You can use any kind of mat or wall to help the gymnast find a perfect vertical position. Haley's going to lever into her handstand, reaching to the end of the beam, finding that perfect alignment with her heels against the wall, eyes looking at the beam, ears covered, ribs in, bottom tight, pushing tall through the shoulders, and stepping down, and lunge. Very nice. We're going to do the same element. I usually start by spotting the kids on this, helping them find that body alignment, and then they attempt it by themselves. And down, and lunge. Very nice. The final phase of the handstand is the landing position, the lunge position. We want the weight on the front foot. We want the hips square. We can use something between the thighs. The gymnast squeezes that, and you can see that it squares her back hip, gives her a kinesthetic feeling so that she understands the idea of squeezing her inner thighs together or activating the inner thighs. So that when I take the board out, relax for a minute, relax your legs, and squeeze those inner thighs together, making sure that the back hip is square, and again, testing that position. Pushing her to see if she's squeezing very tight right here in both inner thighs. This will help keep the gymnast square as well as staying on the beam. We're going to be moving into our side handstand. You can do this drill against a wall, or again, we're using our cheese mat. We do have somebody in the back holding it to secure it. Using the three phases that we used on the English handstand, focusing on the lever into this, the handstand position, and the landing position on this will be the dismount. She's going to lever in, create a vertical side position using the cheese mat to find her balance. Heels against it, body line. Head position is looking slightly at the beam, trying to get the ribs in, and finding that balance, and down. Good. Of course, I spot that drill first, and then have the athlete try it by themselves, trying to find their own balance in this position. Lever. Try one more time. Scoot up a little bit so that your back heel isn't catching here. There we go. Good. She's pushing tall in the shoulders, trying to create a perfect line by pulling her ribs in and squeezing her bottom. Excellent job. You can perform the same drill while having the athlete face in on the handstand. Back leg up. This helps keep the back leg from going around the side, a typical problem in both side handstands and cartwheels. Trying to keep the hips flat. And again, finding that balance position. And down. And we're going to do the same drill and finish the dismount by staying in a nice tight body, falling to a push-up position. Back heel up and line. Making the athletes exaggerate this position by holding for 5 seconds, keeping the hips flat, pivoting on the shoulder, and fall. Okay, let's try it one more time. We want to land in a nice tight push-up position without the knees bending. Back heel up, position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pivoting on the shoulder, push-up position, tight. Excellent. Moving into the final phase of the level 4, 5, and 6 dismount after the handstand. The gymnast wants to pivot on the shoulder, letting the hand and the push-up position hit the mat at the same time, keeping the body nice and straight. We're going to have Lexi try that by herself. Again, trying to get a great line on the handstand and keeping that line as she pivots down, hitting the mat at the same time, trying to stay nice and parallel with the beam. Excellent job.